Throughout the planning, research and construction of my product, there were many different media technologies that I used to present my work. One of these is the use of an online blog that we use to upload and present our work on. This allowed for other students and our teachers to easily view our work and give feedback on it through the comment section. The fact that WordPress is online gave us the ability to work from home and school. During the planning stage, one program that we often used was Prezi. Prezi allowed us to present our planning in a more interesting and unique way in the form of presentations. Also throughout planning, we often had to refer back to real media products to find common conventions that we could use. I used a website called KeepVid to download media clips and trailers. I often used these downloaded clips to compare my own trailer with real ones. The main program I used to develop my trailer was Final Cut Pro. This allowed me to easily insert clips and edit them. To begin, Final Cut allowed me to simply drag and drop video clips into the program and edit the length of the clip using the razor tool. This tool allowed me to cut off unwanted bits of footage easily. In trailers, different editing techniques are used throughout, and Final Cut allowed me to do the same. To add a cut, we simply had to place one clip directly next to another on the timeline. To add a fade, which is commonly used in equilibrium stages, I had to use the Video Transitions tool. This tool let me add a transition to a specific clip, such as a dissolve or a fade. To get a fade from one clip to another, I had to add a fade at the end of the first clip and at the beginning of the next. When we added the fade, we could change the length of time it took for the fade to occur. This could show the passage of time. Final Cut allowed me to work with other files instead of just video clips. In trailers, voiceovers are conventionally used, and Final Cut allowed me to carry out this convention. Using the lock key, I could select parts of a trailer that I did and didn't want to delete. I often deleted just the sound to have the clip available to have a voiceover over it. I could easily record the voice and import it to Final Cut and drag it onto the timeline. I could also do this with soundtracks. I would download the soundtracks off KeepVid and simply import them into Final Cut in the same way I would import a video clip. I could further edit the sound files using the pen tool. This tool let me edit the volume of the sound. If the voiceover was particularly quiet, I could use this tool to make it louder. I use this tool on the majority of my sound files. I used it at the beginning and end of my sound files to make the sound slowly come in and out rather than just having a soundtrack suddenly start and end. I also used this tool when I had a soundtrack and voiceover overlap. I could use the tool to decrease the volume of the soundtrack specifically where the voiceover comes in so that the voiceover can be heard more clearly. When filming, lighting was very hard to keep consistent, but Final Cut's color correction tool helped me make the lighting better. As I filmed across multiple days, the lighting varied from shot to shot, with the lighting being especially dark in some shots. With the color correction tool, I could make the shot brighter to improve the lighting. In my trailer, I made the text in my captions move. The use of keynotes and the image and wireframe tool allowed me to do this. This tool let me move specific parts of the shot around. To make the text move, I added a keynote at the beginning of the clip, moved the text to where I wanted it to be at the end of the clip, and added another keynote. This added a more dynamic effect to a trailer and made it add tension. All of these clips that were edited, including sound and captions, were available to watch through playback after rendering. Rendering could be done simply by pressing Command and R on the keyboard. During filming, I learned how to use a DSLR camera for both video and photographs. The majority of my shots were done with a DSLR, and the images for my poster and magazine were both taken with one. This allowed for footage and images to be of the highest quality and to look more professional. When making the captions, magazine and poster, the software I used was Photoshop. The only new tool I learned this year was the magnetic lasso tool to create a new layer. I used this on my magazine to cut out the head of the main image and place it over the masthead, as it is conventional on Empire magazine. To conclude, most of the technology I used came from Mac software such as Final Cut Pro and Photoshop. I also used an online blog to post all of my progress across planning and production.